Hello there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm back again and I'm doing something usually never seen before. Well, first time I've ever done this on the channel. On my very long stream I did a couple of weekends ago, one of my regulars on there asked me to buy the science deck for Fallout on MTGO, which I did, and we played it, and yeah, we lost, but it was a pretty good game. Deck was good, but I got then really inspired because I think there was a lot of cards that were missing out from the Dr. Madison Lee deck. So this is kind of my changes and my upgrades, and I'll try and remember all the ones I've put in as we go through it. A lot of it is still Fallout, I'll be honest, but I've put a few extra cards in that help with the energy generation and get things to do with the energy that weren't included in the deck, which did surprise me quite significantly, to be fair. Some of them I get because they don't really fit the theme of Fallout, but some of them really do. So anyway, this is my kind of semi-upgrade guide type thing where I talk through some of the cards, and I hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments if you think there's anything that I've missed out that should be included in the deck. Hit the subscribe button if you can, I'd really appreciate it. And after that, here we go. Dr. Madison Lee, if you don't know, is blue, red and white for a 2/3 human scientist, and whenever you cast an artifact spell you get an energy. Then you can pay an energy to give a creature +1/+0 trample and haste till the end of turn. Pay 3 energy to draw a card, or pay 5 energy to return a target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So we've got a lot going on, and I think I found a way to make it a little bit better. So here's what the deck looks like for today. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So, we've gone a little bit strange to start with. We need energy. We want energy. We want to be able to draw cards, pump our creatures, return things from our graveyard. So, easy one to start with is Guide of Souls for Modern Horizons 3, because whenever a creature enters, we get an energy and a life. Then we get to pay some energy if we want to, but that's not a problem. Assault Dominator stays in from Fallout. Brotherhood Scribe stays in from Fallout because we should hit Mailcraft quite easily, and tapping this for an energy is very useful. Conduit Goblin comes in from MH3. When it enters we get 2 energy. At the beginning of combat on our turn we can pay 1, and if we do, another target creature gets +1/+0 and gains haste. Sir Curie Emergent Intelligence obviously stays in. We've got to have him Curie, and it's not really sure we do need it. It doesn't produce any energy, but I've left it in for now because it's one of the key legends in the deck. Death Red is also in as well. Red Death, Shipwrecker. I like this card. This was good. Again, it doesn't generate any energy, but goading a big creature to attack someone apart from us is really quite useful. Riddlegate Gargoyle comes in as well. That is an artifact, so when it comes into play, if Dr. Madison Lee's in play, we do get 4 energy instead of just 3. And whenever we attack, we can pay 2 energy, and target creature gains the life link until the end of turn, so we get a little bit of our life back. The Steel Overseer stays in. That was in the original deck. This wants to come up to M11 one for some reason, but whatever. James Wandering Dad I like just purely because of the investigation ability from the adventure. The other things, spend this mana energy to activate ability is a bit near, but the investigation kept its place. Nick Valentine, Private Investigator, also Private Eye stays in because it can't be blocked, and we get to investigate because we need the card draw. It is useful. Paladin Dan's Steel Maverick obviously stays in. We like the idea of having a Vigilance life linking 3/3 that we can sacrifice to ensure that each creature we control as an artifact or human gains indestructible. That has its upside. Love dogs too much to take out the robot dog. Rex stays. Synth Eradicator also stays in. When it attacks, exile top card to your library, get 2 energy. If you don't, you may play that card this turn. The choice is yours. But having a lightning bolt on a stick could be useful, even if it does cost us 3 energy. The next non we put in comes from Kaladesh. It's Aetherstorm Rock. Another creature that says whenever it or another creature enters the battlefield under control, we get energy, and then we can pay 2 energy when it attacks to put a +1/+1 counter and tap up to 1 target creature defending player control. So it gives us a little bit of way of punching through in the air. Arcade Ganon stays in for the draw and discard ability, and then during each turn, we get to cast an artifact or human spell from your graveyard, mana value less than or equal to the number of quest counters on him. Elder Owen Loin stays in as well to give all artifacts ward. Ignore this, and if it dies, we get things back to our hand, so that's fine. Robo Brain, the Mind War, also stays in. Enters the battlefield, you get amount of energy equals number of artifact creatures you control, so that's definitely beneficial, so it stays put. Another one from MH3 that comes in from the commander deck, Sate Aetherflux Genius. Whenever it attacks, create a tapped and attacking token as a copy of up to one other target, a non-token creature you control. You get 2 energy, and at the beginning of your end step you have to pay that much, and that token's mana value in energy or sacrifice it. But in this deck it's a no-brainer. Solemn Sim stays. Spontaneous Artist pops in as well, so we can go to Kaladesh, pay 4 mana and get an energy when it comes into play, and then pay an energy to give things haste if we need to. Just pay it. We don't have to tap it or do anything else, not once a turn, just pay the energy to give our creatures haste. Thriving Skyclaw also pops in from MH3. 3 energy when it comes in. It's a 3/2 flyer. When it attacks we can pay 3 and chuck a +1/+1 on it, so yeah, chances are we'll be attacking as a 4/2. Whirler Rogue stays put. We like the 2 untapped artifacts you control. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Makes a lot of sense to me. Liberty Prime stays, because who doesn't like a big robot that's stupid? And Sentinel Sarah Loin stays as well. You know, as long as an artifact entered the battlefield under your control this turn, creatures you control get a nice big +2/+2. And when it attacks with 2 others, you may deal damage equals the number of artifacts you control to target player. Pretty good. This one I'm going to look at separately, to be fair, at some stage in the future. Sentry Bot's fun. This spell costs 1 less for each creature attacking you. Enters, you get energy for each creature attacking you, and then it's a 2/5 blocker, but hopefully giving you a whole load of energy for the things attacking you. Sean, the Father Thins, stays in as well. Whenever you attack, you may create a tapped and attacking token as a copy of target attacking legendary creature you control other than Sean, except it's not legendary. And when it dies, you lose all the synth tokens. Oh well. Synth Infiltrator, you may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield except it's a synth. Like that plan. The Motherlode Excavator is also in. We like a big robot, enters the battlefield. Choose target opponent, you get an amount of energy equals the number of non-basic lands that player controls. And in Commander, a lot of people control a lot of non-basic lands, so you might get a whole load of energy, especially if someone's playing a 5-colour deck. And Behemoth of Vault Zero, the new Titan that comes in from the set, so this jumps in as well. As for spells, a lot of them say the same. Jolted Awake comes in though from MH3 to return our artifact cards. We do have to pay the mana value to the mana value in energy to keep it in play. If you want to return it, you know, choose up. You get there. Let's read it. Choose up to 1 target artifact creature card in your graveyard. You get 2 energy. You may then pay an amount of energy equal to that card's mana value. If you do, return it from the graveyard to your battlefield. Yes, right. We like that. STP's in. Thirst for Knowledge is stayed in. I wasn't sure. I did think about taking it out because of the discarding artifact, but the draw 3 is very good. Glimmer of Genius stays in as well. Scry 2, draw 2, get 2. One with the Machine gives us all the card draw we ever need, with the highest mana value of artifacts we control. Unexpected Windfall for the card draw and the treasures. Bottle Cap Blast I quite liked. Deals 5 damage to any target. In excess damage was dealt this way, create that many tapped treasure tokens. The Improvise is nice because you can basically cast it for red and tapping 4 artifacts if you need to. One of the other cards I chopped in was Confiscation Coop. Choose target artifact creature, you get 4 energy, then you may pay an amount of energy equal to that permanent's mana, converted mana cost. If you do, you nick it permanently. Austere Command stays in just to give us a choice when we do our board wipe. Open the Vault returns everything we need, and Wake the Past is also very good. Return all artifact cards from your graveyard to the battlefield, they gain haste. I like this card, so these 2 are very, very useful in this deck. Although Wake from the Past is a little bit overcosted for me, but it's all good. Lots and lots of artifacts, some of which stay in. So Sol Ring, Arcane Signet, Automated Assembly stays in. Yeah, artifact creatures deal damage, you get an energy. I've added in Decoction module because we want creatures entering to give us energy, so this makes sense, and we can bounce our creatures in and out for 4 mana if we need to. Likewise, Glassblower's Puzzle Knot comes into play. We get to scry and get 2 energy. The Grieve stays in to protect Dr. Madison Lee. Mindstone stays in. Plasma Caster stays in. Not overly convinced with equipment in this deck, but this one's alright. Equipped creature attacks, you get a couple of energy, so we'll cope with that. The 3 Talismans are in for ramp. Thought Vessel's also in for some ramp. And then we have Camp, which I really would really have liked to have played when I played the original deck. I think having these fortifications for lands are really good, but we don't see enough of them anymore. Endurance Bobblehead is also in. It gives us a mana ramper, and then up to X target creatures you control get +1 and gain indestructible into turn, where X is the number of bobbleheads you control. Well, there's only 2 in the deck. I haven't added any more, so I suspect there is a bobblehead deck out there somewhere, but I haven't quite found it yet. Intelligence Bobblehead's also here. Taps for mana and then draw X cards, where X is the number of bobbleheads you control. 5 mana to draw 2 is a little bit much. Let's just go with that, shall we? Nuka-Cola vending machine I thought was fantastic. This, in all honesty, needs to go in every single food deck that's out there. I don't care that it's Fallout card. I'm not great usually with the Universes Beyond, but this card is fantastic. Create a food. When you sacrifice a food, you get a tapped treasure token. Yeah, okay. I'm going to play this in every deck where I'm playing food tokens from now on. It's already gone in Bilbo, for example. Probably shouldn't be, but it's in Bilbo because it's great. Phyrexian Ironworks comes in from MH3 as well. Whenever you attack, you get an energy. Pay 3, get a colourless golem. So a little bit more energy, not massive amounts, but a little bit. But the big card, this is one I thought would have been in the actual Commander deck itself, and it isn't. Aetherworks Marvel. Whenever a permanent you control is put into the graveyard, you get an energy. And then you pay 6 energy, look at the top 6 cards of your library, cast the card without paying its mana cost, and then put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Okay then. Mystic Force just lets us look at the top card of our library at any time and cast artifact spells from the top, and we can pay our life to exile the top card. Panharmonicon doubles up on all our comes into play abilities for our creatures and things that trigger, and artifacts for that matter. And the Pridin Steel Flagship stays put. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you get a Human Knight. With this, creature gets +2/+2 as long as an artifact entered onto the battlefield under your control this turn, and its crew is 2. 6/6 flyer that does that. Yeah, a vehicle that will be appearing in a lot of vehicle decks for me going forward. A few 2 enchantments, a few is 2. Over Encumbered I still quite liked. Enters enchanted opponent, creates a clue of food and a junk, and at the beginning of combat on enchanted opponent's turn, that player may pay 1 for each artifact they control. If they don't, creatures can't attack this combat. So you can slow down someone who's trying to swarm you quite happily, even if they do get a clue of food and a junk out of it. Mechanized Production, yeah. Create a copy that's a token of enchanted artifact. If you control 8 or more artifacts with the same name as one another, you win the game. Nice little backup win condition. Now, what I haven't done is really change the mana base that much. I probably have played around with a little bit, like Ether Hub's coming, so I figured it's might as well have that in here. We have gone with Reguim Triome as well, just to have a little bit more fun. I haven't put any of the sack lands in. I could have gone a little bit further, like the temples down here. I don't the Temple of Light, Enlightenment, and Temple of Epiphany could have come out for some of the pay 1 life, go and find a land you need type things. And I haven't put any of the check lands in as well, so I probably do need to work on the mana base a little bit, but I quite like the mana base. It was quite steady and stable when I played it. I have dropped it by one. There was 37 in the original deck. I've gone down to 36, so feeling a little bit flooded at one stage, so I think we'll get there with this quite happily. And that's it. That's my updated take on Dr. Madison Lee and the Science deck. As I say, it's unusual for me to take a pre-con and try and do an upgrade guide on it. It's not my speciality. I leave that to the real professionals like the Command Zone and everything else. But I was just inspired to do this one, so I did it. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you think there's anything major I've missed out, apart from sorting out the mana base, I know that's got to be done. Leave me a comment down below. Hit the subscribe button. Help me out. And yeah, that's it. That's the start of this week. We're going back to viewer requested decks tomorrow. So keep your eyes open for them. And I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye.